founder of an online satirical political movement that mocked India's governing party, has accused the government of taking down the group's official website. Abhijit Dipke, who's currently studying at Boston University and founded the so-called Cockroach Janta Party, CJP, said on X on Saturday that the government had taken down the iconic website.
Police in Switzerland are investigating an alleged robbery that left four-time Formula One world champion Alain Prost injured during a home invasion. Swiss tabloid Blick reported late on Friday that the 71-year-old Prost sustained a head injury from intruders who forced his son to open a safe during the incident on Tuesday morning.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, have no plans to change their preparations for the 2026 World Cup, despite a warning from the United States that the team must isolate for 21 days before arriving in the country. The team official has said. Andrew Giuliani, executive director of the White House Task Force for the World Cup, confirmed on Friday that the Congolese delegation needed to maintain a bubble where they are training in Belgium and isolate for 21 days or risk being denied entry after a deadly outbreak of the Ebola virus in the Central African country. Has Elon Musk given up on Tesla's master plans on the electrified economy, on solar power as we know it? From the SpaceX IPO filing released yesterday, it sure seems like it. A recap for those not enmeshed in the Muskverse. Tesla has released 4 master plans over the years, and while details have varied, the through line has been electrification of the economy. Musk put it best in his first edition. The overarching purpose of Tesla Motors is to help expedite the move from a mine-and-burn hydrocarbon economy towards a solar-electric economy.
Spotify and Universal Music Group, UMG, have signed new licensing agreements that will allow Spotify to launch generative AI tools for fan-made covers and remixes. The deal covers recorded music and music publishing rights. It will let Spotify premium users create AI-powered covers and remixes of songs from participating UMG artists and songwriters.
The main suspect in the multi-billion rupee Palm Vista housing scam has been arrested in the United Arab Emirates following an international manhunt coordinated through Interpol and Pakistani authorities. According to officials, Mohammed Qasim Khan, who was wanted by the National Accountability Bureau Enaib Lahore, was arrested in Abu Dhabi in response to a red notice issued through Interpol.
Mozilla has unveiled a major redesign of Firefox, marking the browser's largest visual overhaul since 2020. The update, known internally as Project Nova, brings changes to the browser's appearance, privacy tools, AI controls and workflow features. The redesign is expected to roll out later this year across desktop and mobile.
The Punjab government has officially announced public holidays across the province on the occasion of Eid al-Azha, according to a notification issued by the Services and General Administration Department, SNGADDI. Public holidays will be observed across Punjab from May 26 to May 28. Forza Horizon 6 is nearing an estimated 5 million copies sold in its first week, according to a new report from Alinea Analytics. The latest open-world racing game from Playground Games launched earlier this week. Players who bought the premium edition received access at the end of last week.
Quetta, the Balochistan Counter-Terrorism Department, CTD, has claimed to have killed 4 terrorists in an intense exchange of fire during an operation in Pishan district late on Friday. Upon receiving information of terrorist presence, an operation was launched in the Sirkab refugee camp area, 20 kilometers from Pishan town, a CTD spokesperson said.
Washington. A recent report by the Congressional Research Service, CRS, says the United States lost or damaged 42 military aircraft during Operation Epic Fury, the 40-day military campaign against Iran that began on February 28, 2026. The report, released last week and circulated by several US media outlets on Friday, is believed to be the most detailed public accounting so far of US aircraft losses in the conflict. However, the Pentagon has not yet issued its own comprehensive assessment.
Over 1.5 million pilgrims have reached Saudi Arabia from outside the kingdom for the upcoming Hajj, according to a Saudi official, exceeding the number of international visitors last year, despite the war in the Middle East. The conflict triggered by the US and Israeli strikes on Iran in late February saw Tehran order waves of strikes on targets in Saudi Arabia and across the Gulf, prompting widespread air traffic disruptions and causing travel costs to surge.
Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye has sacked Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko and dissolved the nation's government after months of tensions between the two men. A shock decree read out on TV by a presidential aide said Faye had ended the duties of his one-time political ally Sonko and consequently those of the ministers and secretaries of state who are members of the government.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered retaliation to a deadly Ukrainian attack on what he said was a college dormitory in an occupied town. Putin accused Ukraine of a terrorist act after Ukrainian drones struck the dormitory in Starobilsk, an occupied town in eastern Luhansk, on Friday.
Uganda has confirmed 3 new cases of Ebola, bringing the total number of infections in the country in this outbreak to 5, as authorities stepped up contact tracing to try to contain the spread. The update from Uganda's Ministry of Health on Saturday came a day after World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced the risk assessment for the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola was being revised to very high at the national level, high at the regional level, and low at global level.
Boston, United States. Haitians are looking forward to their national team's first World Cup appearance since 1974, but high prices for tickets and transport, plus a travel ban, are preventing many from attending the games. Will play Scotland on June 13 in Foxborough, near Boston. They then face Brazil on June 19 in Philadelphia and Morocco on June 24 in Atlanta. Founder of an online satirical political movement that mocked India's governing party, has accused the government of taking down the group's official website. Abhijit Dipke, who's currently studying at Boston University and founded the so-called Cockroach Janta Party, CJP, said on X on Saturday that the government had taken down the iconic website.
Babasar Top, a popular high-altitude tourist destination in northern areas, received unexpected snowfalls as many plain a large number of tourists continue to face intense heat. According to reports, snowfall has continued intermittently for the 4th consecutive day at Babasar Top and nearby areas of Naran. The fresh snow has covered the area in white, adding to the natural beauty of the valley.
Pakistan Meteorological Department, PMD, has warned of a sharp rise in temperatures across Sindh, with a severe heatwave likely to affect the province during the coming week. According to the Met Office, temperatures in Sindh are expected to rise by up to 6 degrees Celsius above normal between May 25 and May 31. Pakistan has intensified screening measures at airports across the country, along with other precautionary steps, amid the recent Ebola virus outbreak in Africa, the Ministry of Health said. According to the ministry, Health Minister Mustafa Kamal has directed authorities to implement precautionary screening protocols at all airports to prevent the possible spread of the virus.
Xiaomi has introduced a new portable charger in China called the Xiaomi Jinshajiang Ultra-Thin Magnetic Power Bank 1045W. The device is currently available in China for around $54. The Punjab government has announced public holidays across the province on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. According to the official notification, Eid holidays in Punjab will be observed from May 26 to May 29. The holidays will fall on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday.
Tala Anjum turned a few heads in November when, during a concert in Nepal, he received an Indian flag from a fan and draped it over his shoulders. While the move was met with mixed reactions, had the entertainment industry rally around him to condemn the host's aggressive line of questioning. Months later, he revisited the controversy surrounding his Kathmandu concert tour and talked about the interview on the Geo podcast with Mubashir Hashmi. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has announced 4 Eid holidays from May 26 to May 29, Tuesday to Friday, according to a notification issued on Saturday, a day earlier. The Sindh government also announced a 4-day holiday, including Friday, the 3rd day of Eid ul-Azha, in its holiday schedule.
As negotiations over the war in Iran hang by a thread, a notorious Iranian commander sanctioned by the US and wanted by Interpol is helping to craft Tehran's next moves. Brigadier Ahmad Vahidi, Commander-in-Chief of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, assumed the role after his predecessor Mohammad Pakpour was killed in US-Israeli strikes on February 28th, the first day of the war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has told European Union leaders that now is the time to begin the process of Ukraine's accession to the bloc, describing a proposal for associate membership as unfair. Zelensky said in a letter to EU leaders on Friday that associate membership would leave Ukraine voiceless, which would prevent Kyiv from advancing its interests. The Reuters news agency reported.
Senegal's President Bassirou Diomaye Faye has dismissed Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko and dissolved the government, a move that risks deepening uncertainty in a country grappling with a debt crisis and ongoing talks with the International Monetary Fund, IMF. A statement read out by a presidential aide on state media on Friday informed the nation that all ministers were dismissed, with the outgoing government tasked with handling day-to-day affairs.
Manchester. United captain Bruno Fernandes has been named the Premier League Player of the season after guiding his club to 3rd place in the standings while equalling the league's assists record with a game to spare. Fernandes tied the league record of 20 assists, jointly held by former Arsenal striker Thierry Henry and ex-Manchester City playmaker Kevin De Bruyne, with 1 game of the season to spare.
Federal Investigation Agency has arrested a Pakistani man accused of attempting to obtain political asylum in Australia through a planned same-sex marriage arrangement. According to the Deputy Director of the Immigration, Shehzad Akbar, the suspect belongs to Gujranwala and was detained while attempting to travel to Sri Lanka.
Realme has launched the Watch S5 smartwatch alongside the Realme 16T smartphone. The smartwatch comes in 2 colour options and features a circular AMOLED display. Realme says it can deliver up to 20 days of battery life. The Realme Watch S5 features a 1.43-inch AMOLED display with a 466 by 466 pixel resolution. The screen supports up to 1,000 nits of peak brightness and includes an always-on display.